I'd just like to welcome everyone to the press conference for History Maker or History Breaker, the British Heavyweight title fight on May the 19th at Aintree, Liverpool, the first ever professional show to be held at the famous racecourse, and the first heavyweight title fight to be held in Liverpool. To me, it's a very good fight because everyone knows Price was supposed to fight Tyson Fury, but he decided to lay eggs and run away. And when I was leaving the board, sort of thinking, disillusioned that we wasn't going to get a British title fight, the board called me back and said they just had a phone call from Sam Sexton's manager, Graham, that Sam is ready and willing to step into the fight and ready to go straight to purse bids, which we did. And I'm glad to say that we won the purse bid and we're able to stage the fight. And I've got to know Sam in the build-up to the fight, and you know, and I've studied his fights because I do manage Price as well, representing. And I've got to say, I think he's a much better opponent. He's definitely Price's hardest opponent to date. He will cause a lot. People are talking about David Price as if it's an easy job, and we in the Price team do not believe it's an easy job. We think it's the hardest fight to date, and will be his toughest one. This man brings a lot of different things to the table that that Price has never seen, because he's been blowing people away in 1 or 2 rounds, and we certainly know that won't happen on May the 19th. If it does, then maybe I've got a real champion, but I don't think it will. You know, I think this fight is very evenly matched. This man brings a lot more experience to the ring, and I think they know each other from the amateurs, don't you? So, yeah, so it could be a bit more of a chess match, and I think the fans are in for a great night. There is another British title fight on the bill, plus 4 other 10-rounders, all English title fights, and there could be a Commonwealth title being added to the bill. And Graham has got another young kid on the bill, moving up to a 6-round fight against another local kid from Liverpool. So there is you know, a good contingent of fighters from Norwich here. We know Liverpool's playing Norwich on Saturday. We have tried to get the 2 boys on the pitch, but we haven't had any response from the club, which I was a little bit upset about. But we will have a team of girls outside leafleting it up. So hopefully the people in Norwich will get behind their man and follow them, because I think it's a great fight, and it is the lead to the Khan fight. And Sam will be in the ring 11 o'clock. 5 past 11.
I'm telling you.
Because I pay no attention to the day. So I'll just throw the floor up for questions.
Maker or breaker?
He's the breaker.
I was going to say, Sam has already looked at that and thought,
no, Liverpool have never had a heavyweight champion of any description, English, British or Commonwealth. So, and Aintree's never had a boxing show, so it's history making for that. It's history making Liverpool. They've had John Conte, though he fought at heavyweight, never won a title at heavyweight. And this man is going to stop history being made.
You mentioned Tyson Fury there. I mean, probably not the place to bring that up. But what do you think of the British heavyweight ranks? We've got Sam here. He's only lost to one person. A good pedigree, top boxer. You've got your man Sweat. Are these the 2 best fighters in Britain now?
I think they are, because you know, they want to fight each other. The best fighters want to fight each other. I'm very old school. I believe the best fighters fight each other. You don't shout your mouth off. You haven't heard this man shout his mouth off. You haven't heard Price shout his mouth off. They are respectable and are good ambassadors for the sport. They don't go around saying they're going to kill someone or whatever they're going to do. They get on with their job. You know, Fury's making a lot of noise. He's keeping the promoter in the job at Channel 5. You know, he claims he offers 100,000. He did. But why take 100,000 when our purse bid was a lot more? My bid alone would have given Tyson Fury £250,000. He's never seen that in his life. So he's the one who's lost out, not us. We've got a better fight, we believe in, and it would have been a fight that probably would have been David. If David had won, it would have been David's next fight. He would have been a manager, I would imagine. So they come together a bit earlier, and they are the 2 best heavyweights in Britain, because they're willing to get in the ring and fight for what I think is the better title. He's won the Irish title, The only other person I know he could fight is Kevin McBride. He's 45 years old and he's living on the bottle in Chicago. So, you know, if that's what he wants to do, that does bring the heavyweight division down. If you get two guys who want to fight, you've got two guys who will bring glory to the heavyweight division.
It's a prestigious heavy British title, so you're basically saying that this is
It's just a real,
what it
these are the real
deserves.
deal
It's
with
the
these.
respect it deserves.
Yeah. And the winner of this will go on and fight for the European title.
There's no boxing before in. Do you say not a British fight, a title fight in Liverpool?
Heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
Yeah,
I mean, that's something new for. I mean, not just being at Liverpool, but Aintree as well. It's a real. It's a groundbreaker, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And what about the pressure that Sam's going to be on? I'm going to ask Sam in a minute.
I mean, listen, I think, I find boxing fans are quite better than football fans, let's be true. If a guy's really willing to do well, they appreciate that. And that's what, because boxing is a different sport, you know. The champion of Britain is the champion of the whole of Britain, so he's not just the champion of Liverpool, the champion of Norwich, he's the champion of the whole of. So I think, you know, if Sam does a good job, obviously they're going to boo him when he gets in the ring, and you know he's sold a few tickets, so he's not going to be exactly sort of Mexico's dead hole in Mexico.
That'd be a good career.
Sam, you've been to Belfast twice and come away with victories there. I mean, that's not going to intimidate you, is it?
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, listen, I went over there twice. I mean, you're not going to get a worse place where, you know, hostile crowd and that. It did bother me then. There's two fighters on the night, that's me and David, and I'm fighting him in the ring, not the crowd. So.
And what about that crowd? Do you know, footballers often talk about, we don't understand, we don't listen, we don't hear 50,000 people. When you walk into that atmosphere, do you hear them? Do you know they're booing you?
Yeah, definitely, you know they're there, you switch off. You know, like I said in Belfast, I had to just switch off, you focus on the ring, you focus on the fight, and that's it. If you get your mind right, you got it made.
And David is the favourite.
Yeah, he's the favourite.
Going into that as an underdog.
Pressure's on David. There's no pressure on me, you know. I mean, even if you know, I am an underdog. I'm fighting his own backyard. Even if I fall there, you know, the pressure's still on him. He's the man who's meant to be, you know, going forward and doing what he's going to do. So I don't feel there's any pressure on me. This is an easy fight to go into in that aspect.
It doesn't change your view that you go into it to do one thing and win.
Well, that's it. I just got to do that to, you know, I don't badmouth David when he's here. I'm not going to do it when he's not there. No. But you know, I'm going to take David to a place he's never been before, and he's in for a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I mean, you've proved your record shows what you can do. Is this a fight that's going to go the distance? I'm sorry to ask you this because I'm sure it doesn't matter as long as you win. But what sort of fight can we expect? If we're watching, what do you think we can expect?
I don't know, just let me look at Graham and see what I'm about to say.
Didn't reveal your tactics, Graham.
No tactics.
We're going to ask him after anyway.
No tactics.
No.
Like I said, you're just going to see something different. Definitely for me. I don't like to predict fights. You know, anything can happen in the heavyweight division or in any division in boxing. So I'm just comfortable with the win of this fight.
You build up some good. I mean, you had in the past couple of years different things happen, but you're happy. You know, you're settled in your head and your fists as well.
Yeah, everything's cool. You know, I'm training hard. I'm enjoying being in the gym. I went through a little stage, you know, through the Chisora fights where, you know, I didn't really want to be there. I didn't want to be in the gym. I was fit. You know, my conditioning was good, but in the mind I wasn't really there. I didn't want to be there, so things happened at the time, and I didn't pull out of the bag. But this time I'm fully focused again. Training's going brilliant. Sparring's going brilliant. I can't be happier. Yeah.
You're a different Sam Sexton there.
Definitely, yeah.
Because the Chisora fights were, I think you admitted that there was a make or break element to that.
Yeah.
But here you are, you lost. But you fight for a British title, so it's not turned out too badly, I suppose.
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, the only person I've ever lost to is Chisora. You've just given Vitaly Klitschko one hell of a fight, you know, and I lost him twice. Apart from that, you know, you could say I'm unbeaten apart from them, you know. So people shouldn't write me off. But, you know.
And David Trice's got a few inches height advantage. Have you?
Few.
Yeah, a couple of feet.
It's about me again, I think.
How have you coped with that in your preparation? What have you done?
Like I said, I've been comfortable with that. it gives me a chance to, you know, maybe control the pace more. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to say different and probably got other plans, but I feel it's up to me to control the pace of the fight, because it's down to me to get in and do my bit. He's obviously going to try and keep me at distance. Yeah, but we did some good sparring. Sparring was going well. You know, we've been sparring some tall lads, and you know, I'm happy. So.
It's been a while since you've been into the ring. There's many rounds. You know, I mean, you haven't got I think Larry, you didn't go very far, did it?
No, I didn't really go very far, but I've had the build-ups before. You see, I've trained for 12-round fights before. Yeah. So I know what I'm doing. You know, I've had the experience of training for 12-round fights, and this was no different. If anything, I feel in better condition, mentally and physically, for this fight already than I ever have done for a big fight.
Sam, speaking of Graham, you've seen Sam since whenever. I mean, since baby. I can't believe he's ever a baby. What's he been like in the build-up to this fight?
Say that one again. I missed that last one.
Sorry, what's he been like in the build-up to this fight? I mean, you've prepared him for other
everything's
fights.
gone really well. You know, we always say everything's going well, and sometimes maybe it isn't going well. But he's been really good. He's changed things around a little bit. You know, obviously not giving anything away, but you know, we'll like I say, there'll be a surprise on the night. You know, we've worked. We've got a nice game plan.
The surprise of the night and the reason
game
fight
plan
was...
A and B.
John Lewis Dickinson, which is it?
Well, I was thinking Tyson Fury coming out and fighting another way. It's not going to be as drastic as that, is it?
I mean, last week I had
Put him to sleep, that did.
sorry, you know, I had a kid fighting. Very similar situation to this. My kid had a few hard fights. He had 2 losses on his record. John Lewis Dickinson, we were just talking about it. He was fighting a hat and house fighter, favourite, 10 straight wins, never gone beyond 6 rounds. And do you know what? That's what cost him the fight. Dickinson won the fight against all odds. He was the underdog. But it proved that if you've had some hard fights on your way up, it stands you in good stead.
If you further to that, if you look at Sam's record, you know, he's lost to Chisora yet, which is fair enough. Chisora's a very good fighter, very, very good. And he took him to the wire in that. In Derek's own words, he was basically nearly ready to quit, and he pulled it out. You know, so the likes of Pelly Reid, etc., fairly early in his career, Chris Burton. You know, that's a better pedigree than David has boxed as a professional. That's a fact, and hopefully that will put Sam in good stead. And it's also his 4th title fight, major title fight.
You told me, I think you've been sparring up in Sheffield as well. There was that.
I know you give away a secret, that's Richard Towers.
Yeah, we're sparring with Richard Towers, and to be honest,
apologise for that later.
there isn't a shortage. Surprisingly enough, no, that's right. There isn't a shortage of 6.5 footers out there nowadays. You know, there's more than what you think. But I mean, Towers, to be fair, is perfect. He's 6'8", can punch. He's a very good straight puncher. Good title fight, and he's got a title fight, so that's actually fitting in really well with what we need. You know, we're helping each other before we fight each other.
You talked about that Liverpool thing as well. You know, Sam, a very calm sort of character. You feel the same that you can go into that atmosphere and
yeah, absolutely no pressure on Sam whatsoever. Every bit of pressure is on David Price. Every little bit, you know. And he's a good, you know, he's a good guy, and hope, you know, he probably will be able to handle it. But still a little bit of a, you know, pressure's pressure, and you know, we're under no pressure. We're absolutely really enjoying our training, getting on with it, and can't wait to show everybody.
And of course, you're a big football fan. Liverpool this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's a foregone conclusion. That one. They're shite at the minute.
Probably won't quote on that. You're presuming you've got your double in mind this weekend, and then Sam.
Yeah, that'll do nicely. That'll.
Yeah.
We'll have to make a quick getaway like we did in Belfast, eh, boys?